don't, a whole bunch of information there splattered together. I'm sorry this was so long, but a little bit of what you can have for yourself here. And this is just one of the good examples, I think, because Phoenix, Arizona, we're in the desert. This is one of the hottest places in the world. It's got terrible soil, horrible soil. The water's horrible. The wind is horrible. The monsoons are horrible. We get cold. We go from 28 degrees to basically 128 degrees. So you got a 100-degree range there that we work with. So you got to have all these plants adapt, and all these are from different parts of the world. So by combining them all together, it's a good example for people, I guess. You combine everybody together, everybody's happy, and everybody gets along because everybody is a companion and is helping out the next thing. And they're not competing for nutrients because they've got a good soil web connection. They've got the mycorrhiza and the mushroom and the fungal web, so they share nutrients, right? But they compete for sunlight. So they grow fast. And man, they're always trying to kind of outpace each other. You know what I mean? So that's how you get really big plants, kind of stuff everybody together, give them a good microclimate, feed them, water them good, which I know nobody waters enough here. They just don't. I've seen a lot of the watering systems here, and it's just not enough. I mean, you've got a tropical tree. You got like a mango, okay, and you're not even watering it as much as you do your citrus, which is barely hanging on. So it's like you got to up the water in certain parts of the year on some of these plants if you want this sort of a look. So to wrap up, guys, I'm going to be giving a couple tours here. You can look for them in my group, Phoenix Fruit Growers, and I'll be posting the times. They'll probably be the end of the month, end of each month, get people over here until it gets hot, and then get you guys growing things. Like, I think once you see something like this and you see that I've accomplished this by myself, and this is only half of it, remember there's the whole front yard and the side yard, that you can do it. You can do it. I mean, if I can literally do this by myself in the evenings after doing it all day for work, then you guys know that you can do it for yourself and have a good example, because I wanted a really good example yard. Man, there's mangoes everywhere. I wanted a good sample yard in order to help you guys out, because you have to have a good example and a long example, you know? Like, this has been going for, you know, 5 to 8 years, depending on what plant it is. So it's long term here. You don't get to see things that were planted freshly. You know, you get to see what they look like after 3 years or 4 years or 5 years. And it really gives you that advantage because, you know, I really take care of the plants here. They don't get a lot of damage, so things become large that shouldn't become large here. You know, like these big ice cream beans and starfruit trees, they become shade trees here. You know, you just have to have the right care for them and have them long enough, basically, because you can tell none of these were, none of this stuff is freshly planted, because it's huge. You can't buy plants this big, right? So that being said, these things are getting older now and way, way more mature. And I think that a lot of you guys would like to see some of these plants, because I grow basically everything here. And if not, it's going to be in the greenhouse, which is going to be back here. I'm going to be putting a 1,000 square foot glass greenhouse where I'm going to be growing things like mangosteens and rambutans and chocolate and all the really cool stuff that can't be done right outside here, because those are hypersensitive trees. So the place is just growing like you wouldn't believe, guys. You would not believe. Come check it out. And it's just going to keep expanding more and more as I take this journey into feeding myself and food forestry and permaculture. So if you guys would like to talk those things and get a good example, I'm here for you guys. All right, guys, super long video. Thank you for watching. Good night.